Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first ever episode of the Half Cup Podcast. My name is Dorian Lawson, and right beside me is my co-host, Mr. Big Ol' Jones himself, Nathan Rutledge. How you doing today, buddy?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
Doing well. Happy to be here.
It's very good. That's awesome.
So, what are we doing here?
So, we've got this idea to do a podcast. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a dream. And
Just like Martin Luther King Jr.
So, pretty much, we're just going to do an introductory to get us started off with our new podcast thing we got going on. So, as he said, I'm Nathan Rutledge. We both live in Saskatoon. And we'll just kind of go over some interests quickly. So, I'll let you lead off there.
So, me personally, huge love for sports, video games, movies, TV, pretty much anything entertainment. I'm there along for the ride. Sports teams, unfortunately, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Got a keen love for them. And my very own hometown Saskatchewan Roughriders. How about you?
Pretty well the same, except for I'm more into cars and mechanical things in our technology, like technology advancing. I'm into that. I'm huge into, learning computer software and things like that, and entertainment in general, movies, video games, sports, a lot of sports.
Who doesn't love sports?
And Oilers pride for all my life. Blue Jays, that's something we can agree on. And Saskatchewan Roughriders too, as much as I don't want to admit it, but it's
Everybody
true.
In this province is a Roughriders fan.
If you're not, you're not actually from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, exactly. As far as what we do, I personally am going to university to major in marketing at the moment, and in my side time, work part-time at a grocery store. How about yourself?
Full-time student. I don't have a job. I'm taking mechanical engineering technology in college, and yeah, that's about my daily life. It's homework and hanging out with my girlfriend, and yeah.
Just a couple of everyday dudes.
Have a dream.
So basically what we're going to be doing here every week is we're going to come to you for about 20 minutes. We're going to bring all the things you love: sports, movies, TV, entertainment, cars.
We accept
general
topics. We
Yeah.
we have ideas that we got flowing. We've been wanting to do this for a long time, so
It's just going to be us and some general conversation. I'm
Yeah.
really excited to get started.
We're hoping you want to hear our voices, and we're gonna give them to you every week.
Absolutely.
All right, so what we got going on here is we got a new topic to talk about. So the question I have to ask you, Dorian, is what do you think the easiest position in hockey is, and what do you think is the hardest? And let's start with hardest first, because that's
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, absolutely. I'm good there. Hardest position to play. On a pro level, there's definitely a couple of options here. The wing is what it is. The defense offers many challenges for many different people, but what it comes down to me at the end of the day is got to be the goaltender position. Nobody else on any team is going out there for 60 minutes every night, upwards to 60 games a year. It's insane the amount of work that these guys put in. The amount of stress that gets put on a goaltender's shoulders. They've got to deal with the stress from their coach, the stress from their teammates, the stress from the public. When they win, they're the hero, but when they lose, they're the enemy. And it's not easy to put that kind of stress on a guy.
Yeah, there's definitely a mental factor and an actual physical factor too, why I'm going to pick the center position, because although there is 4, but they play 82 games a year. They're not out there for the whole 60 minutes and plus overtime, but these guys have to take face-offs, whereas wingers don't, and they have to play defensive as not as an extreme amount as defensemen do, but they also have to play defensemen, and these guys, they have a role all over the place. That's why I think they're they have the hardest position. And
Yeah.
I don't know, the face-offs is what does it for me, and just the playing time.
I love that you bring that up because you see time and time again, a guy come into the league, there'll be a center from the time they started
From
playing hockey,
junior to drafted.
yeah, and excel at their position, and then you get up into the NHL and it is a totally new game. You see, like I said, time and time again, guys like Steven Stamkos has a hard time staying at the faceoff dot.
Yeah.
And that says something. He's top
He's
10
a-
player
he's a
in the
phenomenal
world.
player, yeah.
But mental, physical toughness is a must at that position, and unfortunately, not everybody has it. It takes a really rare breed
Yeah.
to be able to pull that off.
Well, it's a lot to do with physical ability too. Because you think about someone like considered one of the best centermen in the league is like Anze Kopitar.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big guy, and I'm assuming he practices face-offs day by day.
Absolutely.
And it's just a physical and mental demand that it causes.
If you don't have the size, you don't stand a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
And another
position of giants.
big face-off man like David Backus, who
Yeah, yes.
there's Patrice Bergeron, not necessarily the biggest guy, but just a phenomenal
The best
face-off
face-off
man.
men in the league, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
It just shows you put up him against somebody who doesn't have the experience, and
yeah, exactly. And
it's
it's
no
kind
contest.
of like the goaltender thing. There's either you're winning or you're not.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No,
You're the good guy or the bad guy.
It's the same thing, yeah. The two positions where really all of the pressure rests on you. And then, I just want to give a shout out to the defensemen because it's not by any stretch an easy position to play. You see guys come in, drafted 18, 19 defensemen, but again excel in junior and all the leagues leading up to this. Maybe even the minors. But to play defensemen at the highest level against the highest competitors, it's not easy, and that's why you don't see guys really come into their own until they reach 23, 24, whereas a forward might be able to jump in. Just this year we got Mitch Marner, Patrick Laine, Austin Matthews, all excelling right now, but you see maybe one defenseman come in this year that's really made a difference at a young age. Everyone else is
Gostisbehere was one last year.
Yeah, it's interesting. You usually see about one guy a year. You got Gostisbehere last year come in.
The Ghost guy was incredible last year.
Unreal. Just absolutely put on a show. And then this year you've got Zach Werenski, a little bit of a tough last name, from the Columbus Blue Jackets, who's I think he's only 19 years old, but nobody had heard of him, and he comes out and shuts down the best guys in the league, and that is not easy to do at that young of an age.
Sure.
So it's interesting.
And even a guy like Aaron Ekblad, who got the
first overall pick 2013, I believe.
Yeah, I think so.
Not an easy position to be in, but he was
well,
able
yeah.
to come
And
right in.
how often does defensemen get taken first overall?
Not very often.
I think that's more rare. Well, I guess goalie's more rare than that, but defenseman is obviously the next rare.
Yeah, you used to see it a lot, but it's the same thing where teams nowadays, they need somebody to be able to come and make an impact right away. When you get that number one pick, chances are good you have been struggling for years and you are ready for a rebuild, and you need young pieces to be able to step in day one. You draft a defenseman, and it's just not easy to do.
Yeah.
That's why you rarely see them go top 5. So that was saying something for him.
And he got the what's the award called? The Calder?
Oh, the Calder Memorial.
Calder Memorial, yeah.
And he deservedly so.
Oh, for sure. The guy was unbelievable.
Unreal, yeah.
And he's still dominating in the league.
Oh, he's going to dominate for the next 15 years. It's cool.
All right, so now I think we should move on to the easiest position. What do you, in your opinion, what do you think is the easiest?
For me, it's I don't even think it's a contest. It's either wing. Obviously, very important positions, but you talked about there only being 4 centers. Well, there's 8 wingers, possibly more. There's usually an extra one on the bench as well. They go out, and defensive responsibilities aren't as important. Still are, but the main focus is able to just be putting the puck in the net, and it's got a lot less pressure. Obviously, they still go through slumps and ups and downs, but for me, it's not that it's an easy position to play. It's just when you compare it to the other 3 on the ice, it's not much of a contest.
That's fair. In my opinion, I'm going to have to go with the backup goalie.
Went around.
I think it's pretty obvious it's the wing for those exact reasons.
Yeah,
like,
it's just...
it's wingers left and right. You know, it's split up between the two, and you don't have to be the right-handedness to play on the right wing. So, I mean, it's if you're not taking the face-offs and your responsibility in the defensive zone isn't as strong, like sure there's plenty of very good defensive wingers, but
Oh, yeah. And
the people mostly look at centers to be the defensive
yeah,
type,
the defensive background.
unless there's someone like, I don't know, Jeff Carter, who's just putting the puck in the net day in and day out.
Beast every night.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, from what I find, it's it's like you said, if you can't play center, you're gonna play the wing. If you can't play defenseman, you're gonna play the wing. And you even see people that start out as wingers, but show great defensive responsibility, like show that they can keep the puck out of their own net, or they get moved around. You look at a guy like Dustin Byfuglien or Brent Burns, both of which started on the wing, great scores, and now they're doing it from the back end of the ice.
And those guys can come up from the back end up to the wing at any time. Like you look at Brent Burns, he was a couple of years ago. He's brought up to the wing for 30 games or something like that, and he's leading all defensemen in goals right now. Like
right now, he is actually sitting
just a dynamic
fifth
player
in the league overall
as a defenseman.
Yeah, I mean guys like
huge.
him, Carlson, Byfuglien as well. It's just every year they seem to be putting up just as many points as the forwards, and to do it at that position is insane. So, but yeah, that's gonna about wrap it up for the very first ever episode of the Half Cut Podcast. Each and every week, we're gonna come at you with the topics of conversation that you want to hear.
So thanks for watching. We look forward to seeing you again on this channel. Any support you can give us in any way is helpful. We just want to keep this going, and we want to make viewers happy, and we want to entertain people. And that's our dream.
This is just the first step.
Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you.
I've been Dorian. This has been Nathan. We're out.